The internet is such an interesting place. I think it's why they say, or just social media in general, and I think this is why they say stay off of it because I'm just looking at comments on different videos. You're hearing about the Charlie Clerk situation. You're hearing about the Trey Reed and the Corey Zukatis situation. You're hearing about the censorship with what Trump did to Jimmy Kimmel. I guess he took his show off the air because he didn't like what he was saying. All of this stuff. I think I saw something else. It was about domestic violence, and a lady was saying the man wanted her to do something, and she said no, so he started beating her. And then I saw in the comment section, it's saying, "Oh, well, that's why you should give a man what he wants whenever he wants it, or something," and that's why that happened. Like what? What the hell are we talking about right now? Like what is actually going on? What are you? Yeah, it's like people are pissing me off. That's why they say stay offline. Because you'll be irritated. You'll get riled up, and it's not good for your health. I understand. It's just not good. Then we got the I know there's people saying with the Trey and the Corey situation. There's people saying like some people keep saying it was actually a suicide and that a bunch of people did the same thing that day, but I'm like it's still not adding up. In Mississippi, it's not making sense to me. If it actually was, okay, okay, maybe it could be, right? It's just two things like that, two people being found hung, and they both just decided to do that, and it's just suicide. I don't know. And I'm also hearing there was another case where a woman was found hung by a tree in Mississippi, but the police were no help, and they were kind of like just BSing about it. It's like they didn't care. So it's like you really don't know, but everyone's so sure, and then people want to bring up men's mental health. I know, I understand men are most likely to kill themselves, but really, I don't know, man. Then let's get on the Jimmy Kimmel thing. Jimmy Kimmel, he likes to joke around a lot. They joke, but they do say facts. But apparently, I guess Trump didn't like that, so now he's getting his show taken down. And then even them comments, it was people like, "Oh yeah, Jimmy Kimmel, I'm glad that they took him down. Yeah, I can't stand that dude. This and that." I'm like, what do you mean you can't stand him? What did he do to you? Like, why don't y'all like him? Very confusing. People keep saying, "Oh, I couldn't stand him when he was in sports and talking about this." I'm like, whatever. The dude was able to make money off of a show, doing a show. Maybe you just don't like him because of that. And now he's being censored in his show. And if he wanted to, he would still. I don't. Does he still have a show? Because they took the show off, and he still stood on his word. So I'm like, the man's not gonna backtrack. And yes, he still has his money and stuff. That's what he got from doing the show. I don't know. That's not making sense. So that whole thing happened. The whole Charlie Clerk thing. Okay, Clerk, Charlie Kirk. There's people saying like, oh, I understand. I hear mixed things. I get it. Some people are saying no one should be killed for their political views. I don't care what it is. No one should be killed for those views. I do hear different things. I do understand. It's like people are saying like I guess it's like barbaric. It's horrible. I get it. It's a lot. And then there's other people saying like, okay, yeah, sure, these are his opinions and views, but like the things he was talking about, especially pertaining to essay and all that, and how even though you got essayed, you still have to have the baby regardless, and there's a whole bunch of other things he talked about, right? And it's kind of like, dude, like when you talk about things like that, people aren't going to take it lightly. And then I guess I'm learning that he said, because I never really watched the dude too much. I think I watched one of his debates, and he was talking to, it was like a black student. I think he was making, it was one point where he was making, I was like, okay, I can understand where he was coming from with that, because they were able to make a way, and they were able to make it onto a college campus despite their skin color. I don't know, it was like a whole thing talking about that. Regardless of all that, all this other stuff he was talking about, I'm like, huh, okay, I can see why people don't necessarily resonate with him, and a lot of people find it hard to sympathize with that guy. Now, you just hear so many, it's just so many opinions. It's like, it's very, you can be overwhelmed. That's why I just, yeah, get off the internet. Get off, get off, get off, get off, get off. But yeah, it's just, it's crazy. But I'll just say this pertaining to the Charlie Kirk thing. I already talked about this a little bit on my other TikTok. So basically, this man, yes, he talked about certain views and things, but I'm saying if you guys look at history, right, people have been taken out for talking about the right thing, for things that actually would help us. I'm just thinking about JFK, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. Now, I don't know, that one could be argued. A lot of people said his own party took him out. I don't know how true that is. Some people say the FBI took him out. You hear a lot of mixed things about that. But it's like, do y'all understand, like, when certain things, it seems like it's threatening us, like how we live and things like that. And this man is spewing those type of things. And then don't even get me started on the president. That's why the president, unfortunately, almost got executed. Y'all seen it. So then this man, he gets taken out because his views, yeah, you may say their opinions and all that, but it's like, you're listening. When I hear what he's saying, I can understand why people may feel threatened, and then someone just decided, oh, and it's either that or people just leave. A lot of people are leaving the U.S. because it's too much going. It's too much going on here. This isn't. It's too much. Okay, way too much going on. It doesn't make, none of this is, nothing's adding up. You have a president trying to control everything. But it's like when people say, it's like she's trying to turn it into a dictatorship right before our eyes. And I said, just like I said in a previous video, whenever there is a show of force or it's really strong, when people actually rebel, when people aren't peaceful, it seems like that's when things slowly start changing. Because sometimes you can only be peaceful for so long. It's like certain things get torn down. Certain or businesses, maybe you make a business lose money, whether regardless of what it is, anything. Whenever there's a show of force, it seems like, or legally, you go through the legal route. You go to court, you get a law changed. Something as simple as that seems like that fixes the problem, because it's like, or it fixes these issues, because this is, we're being threatened right now. It's not good. I know some people are saying it's going to be okay. I'm like, I feel like the only people who are really okay are the people that are doing very well and who are in a state of wealth that can just easily get up and move. But I'm like, if you really want to move, you'll make it happen. That, like, because I know I'm not gonna make an excuse. It'll be a plan. Either it's a different state or a country. It doesn't really matter. It's just, this is a lot, and yeah, you might need some time to decompress because this is a lot. Yeah. So this was a lot of rambling. I hope you got something from this. This video is 9 minutes long. Peace. Y'all have a good day.